mustache. Here's a cool phenomenon I've been noticing a lot lately. Anytime there's more than 2 dogs in the same location, somebody is gonna say, looks like we got a little dog party over here. It's just like a little dog party. And I recently went to a birthday party for a dog, and every 5 seconds I'd hear somebody say, great dog party. Seriously, killer dog party. And it kind of started to bug me because it's more of a person party with a dog theme. You know, like the dogs aren't drinking, they're smoking, they're certainly not Instagramming each other, wearing the adorable little outfits the people put them in. And some of the dogs didn't even know each other. They just showed up with the human friends of the birthday dog's owner, which is fucking rude. The real reason this bums me out is I've witnessed an authentic dog party before. And not only was I the only human present, but it was one of the most disturbing things I've seen in my life. I grew up in Oakland, and when I was a kid, roving gangs of stray dogs rolled the streets. And those dogs knew how to party. I came home one night, and on my neighbor's front lawn, I saw the most heinous balls-to-the-wall dog rager. It was 2 pit bulls just fucking missionary style. Because they're freaks. And this rabid Rottweiler, like, facing them, maintaining eye contact while simultaneously shaking a cat to death. And a 4th dog off to the side, just watching. The awkward dog at the dog party. I go to human parties sometimes too. I went to this party, this people party, and I guess I got there early because I didn't recognize that many people. And I started talking to this guy who looked vaguely familiar, but I couldn't place him. And we're just having a cool combo. And then my friend Stephanie showed up, and she's like, Doug, do you know that guy? And I was like, well, I just met him, but his name's Taylor, and he is awesome. She's like, Doug, that's Taylor Hansen, the middle brother from Hansen. And I just froze, because what would you guys do if you realized that you've just been having like a full-on, stimulating, mature, adult conversation with a girl you've wanted to fuck since you were 14? He's good. Speaking of fucking Taylor Hansen, I'm really excited about all the mainstream support for gay marriage in this country, and I'm way more excited about what happens next, and of course I'm talking about gay divorce. It's going to be really fun. I have 2 friends that got married here in San Francisco about 7 years ago, adopted a kid, and this year they got separated. And I was hanging out with them, and I was talking to their kid, and I was like, look, I know this has to be a really confusing and like difficult time for you, but I think it's super important that you still view this as a victory. Because all that this means is eventually, someday down the road, you're gonna have 4 fucking dads, man! You just doubled your dads, dude! Do you know how many kids grow up in this world without any father figure? You're gonna have literally quadruple the average amount. You're going camping every weekend. Do you know how much fucking catch you're gonna play in your life, my man? These are the kinds of daddy issues you want. Why are you crying? You're being such a little mama's boy right now. And I hate to say it, but moms are for pussies. I was hanging out with a few friends of mine I hadn't seen since high school, and we're hanging out late one night, drinking, and one of my friends busted out a bag of magic mushrooms. And after a little discussion, we all decided to chew a few stems and caps, and in a little bit we were laughing about everything and nothing. And then another friend said that he was in possession of some of the purest, highest quality fake mustaches available. And we all took turns trying them on and taking pictures, and it's embarrassing how funny we found these fake mustaches. Like, even though we were tripping, I remember having the conscious thought, looking at my friend like, this is as good as it gets. And then after a while, I noticed that one of my friends had been really quiet, and I asked him if he was all right. And it became immediately apparent that his trip had taken a turn for the worse, because what he said was, "I'm not as good as I used to be. I don't know if I deserve to live in this world anymore." And dealing with somebody having those kinds of emotions is intense enough when you're sober, but we were drunk and hallucinating, and just minutes before we'd been having the time of our lives. But what made it most difficult for me to process is the fact that during the whole course of his meltdown, he never stopped to take off his fake mustache. Just like crying into that thing. And I wanted to like take it off of his face for him, and it seemed like dangerous, like waking a sleepwalker. Like in my mind, I was like, everybody knows you don't tell the guy having a bad trip that he's still wearing a fake mustache. He might hurt himself or something. I haven't seen them here, but in LA they have these like digital road signs all over the freeways that warn you about the dangers of like texting and driving. Like the sign says, "Texting ticket, $159. Not worth it." When I first saw that, I thought it was kind of presumptuous of the sign. Like, $159, sure, that's an expensive ticket. But whether or not it's worth it kind of depends on the content of the text, don't you think? Like, say I get a text from some girl who's smoking hot, and I like her. And she's texting me some nasty, provocative shit. Like, "Doug, if you text me back right now, I will give you $160. Not worth it? Think again, son. Thanks so much, you guys.